So pretty much just the making of that last video created the kill switch scene. Can't upload it. Can't open my e-browser. It just started doing that. Blip, you're not here. Blip, you're not here. Coincidentally, I had already reported a whole bunch of prowling noises around my house last night. And the hose man neighbor that works for Wilbur Ellis and has told me that he gets restricted farm chemicals from his work, from his job at Wilbur Ellis, that he's perfectly willing to put on my yard. That was when he first moved here, and I was like, nah, dude, I don't do that stuff. I have put a little bit of, like, I think it was orthonovum or something to make the neighbors happy. I killed some dandelions. Actually, I think it was TK that bought me that. But anyway, so I was like, no, dude. And then I wouldn't even say anything, except for it appears that they've been loaned to, like, the whole entire flipping neighborhood to be sprayed all over the place. So anyway, the lady that I think of as the hacker lady was over at his house last night, like around 8, bringing in all these big, like, great big pots of I don't know what. And then at like 11:30, there was noise over there. Oh, and he wasn't home. And then like at 11:30, there was noise over there. Maybe it was him coming home. I don't know. I don't think so though, because I think the truck like just like a lot of noise, car doors, and then people took off. And so anyway, and then today, blip, blip, blip. No computer ability. The kill switch is on. Same as when last time I called Spectrum. The kill switch got put on. The city worker was over there. Roughly the same distance from my house. And then I blip, blip, blip. My computer, my browser's going off. I call in. I'm like, I think it's an external hardware device that's, being operated by a live operator, because you can tell the difference between hacking and live operator. And when Inspector came, the guy's outside, no squirrels. But it turned on again, and then in between, like 5 minutes after the Spectrum guy showed up here early, who's down there? City girl, inappropriately dressed, with the materials in her personal car, and the equipment not fitting right, and reaching into the same area, blah, blah, blah. So both things are like, they, mental go, seem to support my thoughts. Oh, and then there was the whole microwave thing, where a lot of that stuff that I was seeing happen in my house, hot spots, cold spots would probably be from tearing apart and scavenging refrigerator parts. Like, so all these different elements of the microwave can each individually be operated by a wireless access. They could be wired up to a wireless access network device and used to make hot spots in your house, cold spots in your house. There's really slow rotating fans with a really slow rotator. So just like a really slow, like airflow, like I've been talking about, to push in small, minimal amounts of toxins that cause things like cancer, kidney failure, brain stuff, seizures. What other stuff have I seen? The tooth infections come from, obviously they do nasty things with your toothbrush, like running it on the inside of some of this stuff. I mean, I heard and I was just like, oh, what a nasty sense of humor you have, but they're not just joking. The inside of your toilet bowl ring, and you'll get a mouth infection. So anyway, I tried to put that about the Palouse River counseling and the sessions and how I'm going to do these 3 or 4 videos detailing, ouch, 2 of the episodes where they used my reaction to the word safety to play a game, it looked like. And then anyway, as soon as I can do it, I will. And oh, so I called this time in. Where's my book? Dang it. Oh, right there. Duh. I called this in. I was just like, I'm not screwing around. Send a truck. So I call in. Had issues with what seems to me being routed to call centers that are like not official, to say the least. So I get the IDs of everybody and everything. So at first I spoke with Greg, And his ID number he gave me was 4351189. And then I spoke with Michael, and his ID number that he gave me was 4351426. And I was like, huh, those are like phone numbers. And not only that, but 435, I think that's one of our first local cell phone like prefixes. So I thought, huh. So I put a 5 on, well, I put my area code in front of it, and I called that number. I'm like, each one got me a voicemail. One of them gave me a name on the voicemail, which I already reported into the sheriff's office, so I'm not going to say it on here. How interesting is that, huh? Could be a coincidence. Could be related. Could be a number that's given to, because they know that I track this kind of stuff, so it would like throw off from the scent from the organized crime gang, because it'd be like focusing it onto someone else by giving their number and being like, what's the relationship here? And so there's a lot of different things, but I was just like, huh, those are phone numbers and they're local. Look at that. So now we got the Spectrum dude coming out, and I'm making this, and so there was a cable dangling down over there. I wasn't sure if it was like electrical cable dangling. I did go out and make sure that it really was hanging from the pole and not just, so like the wires come out from the pole, like, and then they're out about that far, and then there's this like bundly thing, then it was dangling from that. So I was like, well, it really is a cable hanging down from the pole. Shit. So I just called in the sheriff's office and said, send someone. So out comes the bumbling Albion fire crew. How cute, how quaint. I would call it a token touch, where it was a setup. It was even the same dispatcher from the 4th of July time in 2015, I believe. Might have even been, actually, that was 2014. I'm gonna have to recall that in. So those token touches and the fire thing was in 2014, where they create these incidents where you can't really help calling in. And so they created them, like noise campaigns and vibration campaigns, dust campaigns. But so finally they got me to one in July, I think it was, or maybe August of 2014, where I was like out back and a fire starts. Not in the house behind me's yard, but across the alley in the yard there. So I'm watching these shadows go across, adding fuel to the spark, and it's just like huge, growing. And I'm just like, so pretty soon, I'm like within 2-3 minutes, the flames have shot up so that they're like actually visible above the maple tree that's in my backyard, which is quite pretty tall tree. I mean, I think it's 2 stories tall. And so these flames are like visible above this maple tree's branches. I'm just like, shit. Because I figure they must have added like gas or something to it. And so probably it will burn up really fast, scare me. I'll call in a panic. And then it will be out by the time that the fire truck shows up. And I mean, that's pretty much exactly the pattern that it happened. I don't think I was in a panic really per se, but I was like, there's some really tall flames out back and somebody should come and check it out just in case. I said, I don't think it's going to be an issue. There does appear to be people back there, but they're not responding to my hail. And so it was the same, Albion fire truck. And the preacher was driving it, and my enemy's kid, I wouldn't have picked her, but I mean, apparently she's decided that I'm her enemy from junior high. I don't know what the deal is, but these people, I can't even say what they do to their kids. So the kid and some third party, and it turned out that it was just a cable hanging down. But thank you, kooky lady, for calling in. It's just a cable they, whoever they are, didn't remove when they took the house out 3 years ago. And it must have gotten knocked down by the wind. It's like, so was it cable, electrical? Just a cable to the house that they didn't take out. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just like, so it's just to make me look like a kook. And the dispatcher's name was Wendy. And for both these incidents, back then in 2014 with the fire, this incident with the stupid cable dangling down when I'm having an incident with my own cable stuff. Both look set up. Back then in the 2014, they were actually, that was when my phone was getting cut off all the time too. So that would have escalated my panic, is the inability to actually make contact. And it did escalate my panic pretty regularly until I got used to, just like I'm here on my own. That's why people have guns. I don't know. It's obviously way too much of a scatterbrained of a gun. Yeah. And it just seems like staged. That's the word that I'm looking for, staged. And so, anyway, I'm waiting for the Spectrum people to come, sent from the people that have IDs that are actually local telephone numbers. And I've had interaction with these guys. Oh, and with the bad man named Hoppy, who he stopped yesterday, I think it was, when I was out on my walk, and he stopped by. The only time he stops by is when there's some kind of message, and he wanted to talk about lawn care. And I think he's the second person that's talked about mowing the lawn. So I'm guessing that something has happened to my lawnmower. Either my lawnmower is broken and it won't turn on, or maybe some kind of fungus or something got put on my yard, and I'll get it in my face as I mow the lawn. It'll puff up. That's happened before, I suppose, and they've talked about it. They being the gang of bangers. Oh, and the microwave thing, because they being the gang of bangers, hauled me all around showing off their weird little things that they do, but but not telling me. They're just in the know, and I'm just a dummy, which obviously I am. But hey, man, I was anemic. I was on plenty of painkillers. I was in so much pain to be on those pain meds, and nutritionally deficit. I mean, I didn't even have enough money for enough protein in those days. Not that I could have kept it down if I could have had enough money. So they hauled me around and showed me all their little tricksy tricks, but I didn't know what was going on. So the microwave thing, they're showing me, oh, we're tearing apart, we're salvaging the microwave, salvaging the gold out of them. And I was like, oh, real gold. It must be like, I just thought, how much gold is going to be in there, like a tooth filling? And I just, anyway, then with the weird things that were happening with I was like, oh, they must have been digging friggin' radiation out of that microwave, soaking water in it, or doing something to like make some kind of radioactive, spreadable stuff. So then when the Russian spy thing, and it's like plutonium posting, I was like, oh, plutonium's radiation, see? And so then I looked it up, and it says there's no radiation in microwave. So then it's like, there's something. So I looked up what you get when you scavenge a microwave, and there was all these items. Yep, all those items. And so how that relates to the gang is, which I already talked about, obviously. They can make hot spots, cold spots. And I was like, hot spots. And I was thinking, oh, if you did the same thing and salvaged apart refrigerator, you could make the cold spots. So you got hot spots, cold spots, gently moving fans. Yeah, all of it adds up to being able to create micro environments. And these people were very, very big on salvaging the gold, which we've already decided was the sabotage material. That's it for now, I guess. I mean, I suppose. Here we are, just waiting for the internet people to get here so that I can get on the internet and maybe upload some of this stuff that they don't want me talking about. So yeah, I called in the various variety of things. Not real happy with these people, but I mean, hey, at least I know where I came from. What went wrong?